Day 28 on the Palmetto Trail. I need to finish off this Lake Moultrie section and it'll be on my bicycle. It'll be more dike riding. And these Canada geese, they need to get back home to Canada like we do as well. So that's why I'm riding my bike and giving it her. There was a major thunderstorm last night, so things are pretty wet. But it's beautiful this morning. I learned that all the lakes in South Carolina are man-made. It's a river state, so that's pretty incredible. You can't probably see it, but all the lilies out there, just gorgeous. There's a wide open view of it all. Just having too much fun this morning. There's birds out there. So pretty. Every once in a while I just have to stop and drink in this beauty, because I'm sure I will never be this way again. I wish it wasn't so windy out. Why is there a shopping cart by the dike? Like, really, people? I'm in residential area now, and this is Bruno Beach. Very reminiscent of the ocean. How's that feel? But that's still Lake Moultrie. Oh good, I get to go on the dike some more. I don't really like residential areas, too busy with traffic. This is gorgeous again. I tell you, this lake is just huge. I've gone for miles and miles around it. No, this isn't the ocean. Okay, here's my turn off. Goodbye, beautiful dike. Oh, brother, what's this all about now? Train track. Oh, good, I just have to cross the tracks. Phew. Beautiful. Get some shade now. All right, I made it. There's my faithful mother. I like biking to cover the miles, but I do enjoy walking. That's why I came on this trail. So I'm so glad to be back in the woods and walking. I suspect that this passage is going to be a Skookum passage. It's the most famous passage of the Palmetto Trail. It's another boardwalk already. It's nice, but there's no water, thankfully. Less bugs. Now the boy Samuel ministered to the Lord before Eli, and the word of the Lord was rare in those days. There was no widespread revelation. In other words, God did not appear to men in vision as often as in previous times, such as with Abraham, Jacob, Moses, and Joshua. What is this gorgeous place? Sitting area. Eagle Scout Project. September 23. Thank you, Eagle Scouts. It's a bird feeder. The birds have neglected their feeder. boardwalk is a bit slick from that rain we had last night. There's some water. There's just so many of them. This is wonderful. I want to see a swamp fox. Oh, there's the old trail, the old boardwalk. Well, one night, Eli the priest was lying down, and he was pretty much blind. And Samuel went to bed too. And then the Lord called to him. And Samuel went running to Eli and said, "Here I am." He thought Eli had called to him, but Eli said he hadn't called him. So go back to bed. Then God called to Samuel again, and Samuel again went running back to Eli. And Eli said, "I didn't call you. Go back to bed." This happened 3 times until finally Eli perceived that it must be God that was calling and talking to Samuel. So he instructed Samuel, "Go back and lay down, and if he calls you again, say, 'Speak, Lord, for your servant hears you.'" That the Lord should pass him by to communicate with a mere youth might have easily created in Eli's heart a spirit of professional jealousy. But realizing the message was probably for him, and Samuel was being used to get that message to him, he probably clued in that since he was old and his sons were derelicts, God was preparing another for his office. And so he did his utmost to prepare Samuel for his new post by giving the lad the best counsel that he had. This is the first time on this whole trail that mosquitoes have been bothering me. Before it was horsefly things, but now it's mosquitoes. At least I'm almost done. Someday, a few more days. Samuel was instructed to think of himself as the Lord's servant, ready to hear his counsel and do his bidding. So that's exactly what Samuel did when God called him the 4th time. "Speak, for your servant hears." Then the Lord said to Samuel, "Behold, I will do something in Israel at which both ears of everyone who hears will tingle." The ears tingling audibly describes the shock of learning that a severe judgment is coming. God then proceeds to describe the judgment coming against Eli's house. God had warned him before to deal with his sons, but he was too cowardly to do it. God said there was no offering or sacrifice able to atone for the wickedness of Eli's household. So Samuel lay back down until morning, but he was too afraid to tell Eli the vision. But Eli called him, "Samuel, my son." "Here I am." "What is the word the Lord spoke to you? Please do not hide it from me, the things that he said to you." So Samuel told him everything, and Eli said, "It is the Lord. Let him do what seems good to him." Wow, it's markedly darker in here than I've been walking through. But this is fun. Oh, do I dare go down these and check this out? I guess I will. Of course, somebody left trash here. I'd rather see it from up here, I think. Oh, this is a canoe trail. That would be pretty special, I think. I wouldn't mind that. Very nice. Can you imagine navigating through that with your canoe? How does that work? I do love the swamp, I just do. And I sure love a boardwalk through the swamp. But it is a special place. This is really interesting trail. It's narrow. Yeah, this is just incredible through here. Then the Bible says, "So Samuel grew, and the Lord was with him, and let none of his words fall to the ground." In other words, Samuel pays careful attention to all God's messages and faithfully delivers them to the people. He gives God's message of rebuke to Eli, despite the fact that Eli is like a father to him. False prophets delivered messages only to please their audience. And all Israel, from Dan to Beersheba, knew that Samuel had been established as a prophet of the Lord. These two cities mark the most northern and southern points of Israel's territory. So the entire land of Israel, from north to south, knew that Samuel was God's prophet. To Samuel, it might have seemed, after observing years of sin all around him, either that God winked at sin or that his plan for man had changed. But Samuel was unaware of how long God had waited for a young man to which he could truly impart his spirit and commit the leadership of his work on earth. Samuel naturally had much to learn, but as a youth he was trained in the school of obedience to God's call. What a joy it must have been for the Lord to find a lad eager for the privilege of learning the ways of God and determined to obey him no matter the cost. Little wonder he was accepted by the people as a prophet when hardly more than a child. What are you willing to let God use you for? Whoa, this tree came undone. So not only do I have horseflies and mosquitoes buzzing around me continuously and biting me when they get a chance, I found my first tick crawling up my leg. So I am not very happy about that. Oy oy, this is a hard section of the trail. And now I have to contend with snakes in the pathway. I don't know what kind that is. He doesn't want to move. He is not moving, and I don't know if I can just go around him or what the deal is. Like, why doesn't he move when he sees me? I don't think he's venomous, but I just don't know if we can be friends or not. If I could just go past him. Are you gonna leave me, buddy? I just want to pass by, like really. He's just not interested in moving at all. Can you go? He's just too comfortable. Can I make a run for it, do you think? I'm just gonna make a run for it. I don't know. I'm gonna make a run for it, I think. Because I threw stuff at him and he doesn't want to leave. I mean, I didn't hit him. Can you go? I just want to leave you alone. I did it! I did it! Yeah, life has been pretty cushy on this trail up until today. Oh man, I got everything thrown at me. Okay, that makes my heart happy to see the camper. Well, I am well fed. That makes me feel so much better. However, I have found 3 ticks on me so far. So I am going to attempt to bike some of this trail because I am done with all the creatures and the bugs and everything. I'm getting tired of this all. Yeah, going through all this grass stuff is just too risky now. I'm finding out. I don't like ticks. I'd rather deal with snakes than ticks, actually. Okay, I gotta lift my bike up there, but that's okay. A bit of a swamp. So here's the latest. I stopped on a boardwalk back there for a drink of water. I thought that would be a safe place, but I found 4 more ticks crawling up my leg. So even boardwalks are not safe. And even riding a bike is not safe, but at least I'm getting through here faster than walking. It's a scorcher today too. Looking behind me, you can just see all the tall grass I came through. It's been like that all the way. Well, I've stopped on this boardwalk. Let's see if I find any more on me. I mean, just look at this prime tick habitat. I'm so glad I'm not walking through here. I am always grateful when a road crossing comes up because then I can stop and check for ticks. Otherwise, I do not dare do that on the trail because the trail is just pure hell. Just to prove that I don't make this stuff up, this is tick number 9. I don't even film the boardwalks like I used to because it's just too dangerous. You just will get ticks on you anyways. I saw some wild hogs back there. I had to scare them. Oh, I just had to stop to show you these guys. They're kind of fading, but they're pretty. Oh, I'm at Little Hellhole Reserve Enhancement Project. Isn't that the understatement of the year? I told you this was hell, this trail was hell, and now I can prove it. Oh, what a sight for sore eyes she is. I think this is where we're gonna stay tonight. Okay, here's the final census so far. I've got 15 ticks on me. I've hiked, my phone says over 9 miles I walked, and then I'm sure I rode my bike for about 25 miles. So I'm ready to be done.